This is not going to be a long one. This is going to be about a couple of minutes. I'm not worried about, seeing. I don't know if it's, 10% rumor or 90% true or not, but we're just going to pretend that Henry Cavill is seriously out as Superman for the rest of the Warner Brothers tenure, making these comic book movies. And I think Ben Affleck is out as well. I don't know about Gal Gadot. If Gal Gadot goes, I mean, that's pretty much it. I think you have Aquaman, and you have Ezra Miller as the Flash, and I don't know. I forgot who's playing Cyborg. They're really fucking this up. I think they're still gonna get that guy Chuck to play Shazam. I think that Shazam movie's coming out, but I'm not. No, thumbs down for that. I'm not going to see Shazam. But I'm not worried about either things, and I'll show you why. I want you to take a look at this. Now, these are my stories. These are the best things that I can consider over movies. Okay? You've got Supreme Power, which is about Hyperion, but it's about if Superman were captured by the government. It's more like the old origin of Ultraman than Superman, if you know the reference. I got Earth One books. We got JLA Age of Wonder. Here's another. I mean, these are great. This is the best Superman book to read. War of the Worlds, Red Sun. J. Michael Straczynski is another one. These are all Earth One. What else we got? And of course, we can't forget Kingdom Come. And if I'll show you over here, tour of this dark room. As far as this is the best stuff you can see here, watching here. This is, The Adventures of Superman, the very first season, which was about more like film noir. Okay? Film noir, very dark. This was the best. I mean, all the other seasons got cartoony and corny later on. We have Justice League, New Frontier. This was, a Justice League movie that was really the best one, even better than the live action. And of course, we have this one, needs no other intro. That's it. It's Christopher Reeve. So there are a lot of things you can choose and pick. And yeah, I think it's relevant to have a Superman movie every 20 years to show how does Superman reflect the 2020, 2040, 2060. But at the same time, I think Warner Brothers, the only crime they're guilty of, and I think it's the same thing with Paramount Pictures when Chris Pine went out as Captain Kirk. It's like they're trying to compete more than they're trying to be original. You have to balance between being original, putting out the best work you can put out, and then competing with with Disney and Marvel. Disney, Kevin Feige had an idea with Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man. It didn't start out that way, but when Disney acquired Marvel, then there was all this talk about putting, Iron Man with Thor, and then Captain America, having Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury because of the Ultimate Marvel Comics, and then finally having the Avengers movie, and then putting in Spider-Man. And then it was sort of a happy accident to get all these actors together to do these kind of things. What happened with Warner Brothers trying to do these things, it's a mess. It's a fundamental mess, And when we don't like certain things with I'm okay with Henry Cavill as Superman. Michael P. Jordan in an Elseworld story, like there was an Earth 23 comic book where there was a black Superman. That's okay. That might work. Like pretty much when they were considering, there was a rumor about Red Sun being considered as a movie, a Russian Superman. Or even if an alternate universe, if you have Ultraman, the crime syndicate, and they kind of copy, maybe get J. Michael Straczynski to write the crime syndicate movie and have this as the background. This is the best superhero, kind of book. And this one is the tops. This one is at Kingdom Come. Never got made into an animated movie. I mean, you can do that superhero final battle now. Back in '96, you couldn't do that. It was way too hard. If you don't know anything about Superman, if you lived under a rock, this tells you everything. And all these things that you have, what was it somebody said? Tim Burton claimed to have read The Killing Joke, but then he said he never read a comic book. Someone said he never read a comic book. I believed he kind of flipped through the pages and said, oh, that's good, that's good, that's good. Oh, that's good. Okay, that's good, that's good. Okay, okay. Get the writers to get a script around that really quick. I gotta go. And they just kind of they go bounce back and forth, very kind of, what is it? Scatterbrained. That's the word. So I imagine he had a scatterbrained. Tim Burton had a scatterbrained approach to the Batman movies. Nolan liked some of the comic books. I think that he liked Denny O'Neil's Joker more than The Killing Joke. So there's a lot of gossip, a lot of things, but it starts when you look at the books. You look at these books, you look at the actors of the past, you look at George Reeves, you look at Christopher Reeve, you look at the animated series, whether it's the Fleischer cartoons or the one Bo Weaver did in '88 or the animated series of '96. You look at all those things and you try to come up with some sort of an answer. You look at today's problems, what's happening in Syria, what's happening with migrants and Europe, and you say, does Superman solve those problems? Does he just fight robots? Or does he just, what could Michael P. Jordan bring that Henry Cavill could not bring? What does that mean? And here's the figure from the thumbnail. This was from '96. I have the Henry Cavill Superman somewhere. I'm not going to go look for it. It's too much work. Everything is too much work. But my final thoughts is that Warner Brothers has a mess. Unlike Disney and Marvel, they have a mess. I plan to go see the Venom movie. When I saw Man of Steel back in 2013, I thought that was a disaster. I don't think it measured up. I think the rumor was that Henry Cavill was going to be like Bill Bixby from the Incredible Hulk TV series, where he was going to be walking on the road, and we would see parts of his origin throughout the movie rather than the traditional Christopher Reeve, Richard Donner storytelling was from left to right, go to Krypton, then Smallville. But they try to kind of rewrite the whole Superman the movie thing, and I didn't like it. And then when critics were talking shit about Batman versus Superman: Dawn of Justice, I really left that. I said, nope, that's it. So they can't make traditional Superman movies. The next Superman movie has to be versus Batman, and then a Justice League movie. There's just nothing there. And Henry is better off doing Man from U.N.C.L.E. and Witcher and James Bond, or playing a real life character, a biopic, whatever, or some Oscar award winning thing. For Henry Cavill, here's to an Oscar for you. Okay, if leaving Superman is better to get an Oscar award, go for it. You got my peace sign for that. Okay, so that's about it. I gotta get some dinner later. I'll post some more art up, but I don't give a damn what Warner Brothers does. Bottom line, I don't care if they get Michael P. Jordan. If they threw me in the suit, definitely the company will be sold out tomorrow. Nobody will go see that. If they put Ricky Gervais in the Superman suit or Arnold Schwarzenegger, I don't give a shit. Because you know what? There's good material out there. Read the comic books. Watch the old movies. Watch the old TV shows. Revel in that. Especially if you Star Wars fans. You know who you are. You don't like Resistance. You'd rather see Clone Wars. Watch the old Clone Wars. Watch the old cartoons. Watch the original movies. Try to be like old people for a change. And then let the studios know what you really want. Let them know that you want better stories. You want better plot. It's not Henry Cavill's fault. I'll even say it's not even Zack Snyder's fault, but that there's not enough collaboration between director and writer and what the fans want. It's broken. Signing out. Be kind, be cruel, be you, and let's hope for a nicer, cooler season.